And this last one, unfortunately, the Bible is ruthless in its truth. The Bible is not a nice book. I think that's one of the worst things if people tell me ever, I give a sermon and they tell me it's nice. Because the Bible is such not a nice book. So it puts in here, oh my goodness, it puts in a word here that if it wasn't the Bible, I would be in trouble. But now if you're frustrated with this, just it's Paul, okay? It wasn't me, it's Paul that said this. He says, put on long suffering. Oh my goodness. Why long suffering? Adriana, there's a few things with Paul that might irritate you from time to time. It's just maybe one, just and I know girls got a good idea of how they're going to fix that half the time. But do you know that half those fixes, statistically a lot more than half, are never going to work? Do you know that he's still going to have some of those quirks 2 years, 5 years, 10 years from now? Price for one another for a lifetime. And we have to recognize it as a price we pay for one another, for this marriage to work. And the Bible says, just as Christ did that, gave his life for his church. And we also give our lives to Christ. And that's this symbol that you guys portrayed this morning. It's the Christ and his church. And that is that love relationship. And it takes long suffering. Now I'm going to read the rest now. If we understand that, then he says, bearing with one another and forgiving one another. If anyone has a complaint, even as Christ forgave you, so you must do. But above all these things, put on love, which is the bond of perfection. What is the bond of perfection? Not our personalities, not our habits, not our character, we never do anything wrong. It's the bond of love. That's our perfection. And let the peace of God rule in your hearts. Why the peace of God? Why must the peace of God rule in your hearts? Because you know what? I oftentimes think I'm right. And not just in my marriage, in life. And when I journey with God, there's just this red light that goes off inside. I lose peace about something. I want to do something, and God says, Where in my natural mind, I think I know exactly what I want to do. But the peace of God, sometimes we know exactly what we want to do and the direction we want to go. And this is for you two together as well. And the decisions we make, we say, no, let the peace of God will rule our hearts. And then he says also, be called in one body and be thankful. He ends with this, which is a key, be thankful. What does that mean? And how does that change our lives? Being thankful affects every area of our lives. And we will have literally our minds work in a binary way with this. We will either start to see everything that is wrong and lacking in our lives. And you cannot find someone on the face of the earth that doesn't have things wrong and lacking in their lives. Or we will see what is valuable and precious and beautiful in your life. Your attention will be on one or the other always. The one you choose defines the quality of your life and the quality of your marriage. Be thankful. And that is the test you will write just before we sign the book. But that's the end of my sermon. So now we're going to move on. You're going to do some vows now, your own vows, no? Yes. Okay. So you can... Julle kan na die mense toe kyk, julle kan vir mekaar kyk. Dit is julle keuse. Daar's nie reëls nie.
Watter kant moet ek staan?
Maak nie saak.
Jy kan eers sê. Dis hy sê. Kom eens toe weer vir ons terug. Dankie.
Okay. My liefste Adriana, in Spreuke 18:22 staan daar, wie 'n geskikte lewensmaat vind, moet haar nie as vanselfsprekend aanvaar nie. Want dit is 'n teken van die Here se liefde vir jou. En ek glo vas, ons hemelse Vader het jou oor my lewenspad gebring as 'n bewys van hierdie liefde vir ons. En daarom beloof ek vandag vanuit hierdie liefde uit om jou ewig lief te hê. 'n Lewensmaat en 'n kameraad vir jou te wees, jou altyd by te staan, jou te beskerm en te versorg, te deel in al jou vreugde en lag, te deel ook in al jou hartseer en trane, jou te eer en te respekteer en jou altyd te laat voel soos die koningin van ons verhouding. Ek beloof hiermee my ewige trou en onvoorwaardelike liefde tot die dood ons skei. Mag ons hemelse Vader self hierdie huwelik van ons bevestig, seën en beskerm.
My liefste Paul, Romans 12:10, be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourself. Paul, my liefling van my hart, jou liefde het my hart kom verower en heel maak. Jou liefde laat my blom en ek lewe weer. My hart voel veilig by jou en daarom met oorgawe gee ek my hart aan jou en beloof om jou lief te hê, te koester en te eer al die dae van my lewe. Vandag word ons een in gees, siel en liggaam. En soos ek myself bewaar het vir hierdie dag, sal ek net joune wees en getrou aan jou wees. Ek is opgewonde oor jou leierskap, jou wandel met ons Here, jou getrouheid, hardwerkendheid en jou mooiste hart. Ek beloof om onderdanig aan jou te wees en jou toe te laat om ons te lei. My liefde sal jou altyd toevou en bemoedig. Jy is my liefling van my hart, my geskenk uit ons Vader se hart.
I then now declare you husband and wife. You may kiss your bride, Mr. and Mrs. Avenant. Waar's De Wil praktiese reëlings van hier af.
Ons gaan nou teken.
Julle gaan nou teken, bly almal net hier. Okay. Okay. So we're going to do the signing of the register now and the rest